Got a notification about pizza today. Got a Teams message today saying pizza will be provided for lunch around 11:30 a.m. I normally go to lunch at 12, so that works great. I'm in administration in the back of the building. The customer service reps and break room are all at the front. Go to check for pizza at 11:40 to hopefully get ahead of the crowd. I see no pizza, so I wait a little longer. Well, 12:10 rolls around and I say screw it and leave for lunch. I get back an hour later, and the pizza was delivered at 12:15. Of course. Well, better late than never, I guess. My coworker goes to lunch whenever I get back, so we both head to the break room to get some of the pizza, and it's completely gone. My supervisor didn't get any either. So my whole department missed out on pizza. Yes, my department consists of 3 people. They couldn't even be bothered to make sure everyone got to participate in the pizza party. I hate it here. Every place I've worked when free food is involved, all my coworkers behave as if it's a famine relief truck from UNICEF. Time to order a pizza for your department on the company card. They used to occasionally have cookouts at work. One year I come in for second shift and ask a manager, "Where's all the food?" He says we ran out of propane, can't cook anymore. So first shift were the only ones to get any food. The dumb part? There's a gas station right across the street. I was responsible for this in a previous job, and no matter how much I planned and tried to think of every detail, someone always had a complaint. It was exhausting. People were so unreasonable and took it so personal, as if we had a meeting to find ways to piss people off. However, I did learn to order pizzas to be delivered every hour, so every shift had hot slices. I might have gotten a thank you that day. Whenever we had pizza delivered, it was gone in less than 30 minutes. Anyone working the late shift got petrified slices of whatever pizza was the most hated. Usually the pineapple or vegetarian one. When I was a GM, I would order for each employee to get 4 slices. We would always run out because people would hoard it like it was their last meal. Eventually, I just gave employees a $15 gift card to the pizza place we ordered from. Damned if you do. Damned if you don't. If all they're offering is slices of pizza, a lot of people can eat more than 1 or 2 slices. So it's their fault for not ordering enough for all the adults that were going to be eating. Free food turns folks into absolute vultures. I was told there would be cake. I hold a shift from 10 a.m. 6 p.m. Company approved lunch day? Nice. By the time everyone is accounted, organized, and have put out the daily fires of the shift, it is now 5 p.m. We had a food day today. One guy hit the table 5 times. Granted, we had super small plates, so you had to go more than once to get a taste of everything. But 5 trips? I had told my friend working second shift I'd save him a plate since they always get the shaft when we have food days. My friend wound up with a piece of cake. Expressionless. Lol. When my department, would do this, there was always a ton of leftover pizza since they would order 6 veggie pizzas for the 2 vegans and 1 meat pizza for everyone else. You'd think someone would say, "Hey, did anyone tell administration that the pizza is here?" People suck. Last week it was my profession week, and some years we get things like lunch provided. Well, on Monday, a coworker brought in sub sandwiches from a place she used to work at who gave her a great deal. So that was one lunch. But it wasn't by management or one of doctors. We're healthcare, and they are the ones who would generally do that. I go in Tuesday to help out because they were shorthanded. I said I'd do 612 and another guy was going to do 126. Great. So my manager says he's going to get us Chick-fil-A for lunch. Awesome. I am busy and get a message from the guy coming in at 12 that he can't make it until 12:30. No biggie. I was being paid extra for coming in, so I was fine with working longer. I tell the manager about it and he's like that's fine, but he's not sure he can get lunch because he's stuck in a meeting. He said he'd get me lunch the next day I worked, which was Saturday. I kind of doubted it since he's not in on Saturday, but I shrugged like fine. Then I see a coworker who tells me the guy coming in at 12:30 is now picking up Chick-fil-A. I was surprised because nobody asked me what I wanted. I don't know if my manager expected that I was going to leave or what, so didn't order for me. But he never took over my assignment and I couldn't just leave without coverage for my patients. So that doesn't make sense. So my relief comes in finally. At 1, bearing Chick-fil-A, but none for me. My manager even came in and mentioned how he ordered some for the docs, who then paid for it, but they were last minute. I carry a phone at all times in addition to my cell phone, so he could have called me to ask my order. And no, he never showed up on Saturday to bring me lunch. My company has pizza handed out by managers and provisions are made for other shifts. We also have union workers. They tend to enforce equity. Says a lot about your company's compensation if people are struggling to fill their stomachs. What does the night shift get, if there is one? I thought this was going in a totally different direction where you left for lunch cause it hadn't arrived yet and then grabbed some on your way back in and was told to clock out or some BS. If you work the night shift, it's more like pizza party for A and B shifts. Also, C shift go F yourself. https preview.red.it/895xq6q9 epob1.jpg. Width equals 540 and format equals PJPG and auto equals WebP and S equals BDBACC4 to 268 ACDDE 1071 ed B 86 B1 CE 5692 E8 FC. My silly little story. I was working at a place that would buy pizza quite often. I let the leads know beforehand that I didn't eat pork. It wasn't a big deal as the owner didn't eat pork either. Break came and I finished my tasks and headed to the break room. They had a dozen pepperoni and 2 cheese. I opened one cheese box, empty. Opened the other, one piece. I just looked at it, looked around and left for some KFC. Another time I reminded the lead. He said okay. Went to grab a couple slices when they came in and was looking for the cheese box. Why they won't order beef or chicken I'll never know. Pepperoni or cheese. Nothing else exists. Anyway, no cheese. I asked him and he said, "You were serious?" I'd been there long enough for him to know.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.